Hi guys, my name is Veronica. I'm Russian and currently live in Korea. So this story begins in 2014. It was the year when I moved to China to learn Chinese. The city where I was studying was really small. It calls Yanji and it's about 1 million population. Foreign community was also really limited and most of foreigners knew each other. And we gathered once in a while in a small bar. One night it was a big gathering, about 15 people. So we gathered, and to boost up the mood I decided to suggest to play a game. Like a lot of you guys probably know the game, the truth or dare. And the game was fine, but something went wrong and everyone started to dare each other. There was one Canadian guy, Kirk, I used to know, and he dared the guy sitting right next to him to go and kiss me. So I usually do not accept kisses from strangers. But firstly, I suggested the game, and secondly, that stranger was quite handsome. So I decided that why not? So he stood up, came closer to me, and sat on one knee, and he said, "I'm gonna kiss you." I tried to hide myself, so I closed my face with my hands, but he still kissed me, and that's how we got to know each other. So after a couple months of dating, there was a really important moment when my Korean boyfriend asked me to follow him to Korea. I wasn't hesitating long, and I said yes, but with only one condition. My father is Armenian, and it's really important to get a permission from parents if you are in a serious relationship with someone. So I asked him to go to Russia with me and meet my parents first. So I'm bringing my Korean boyfriend to my Armenian family for the first time in my life. I was really worried. First of all, I had never brought anyone to my family before. And secondly, there was a language barrier because my parents, they cannot speak English, and my Korean boyfriend, he couldn't speak Russian at that time. And my Korean boyfriend looked chill until we got to my family, because I told him that it will be small family gathering, and I asked my father to make it small, but he said only family, and he invited only family, but it was like literally 30 people and my Korean boyfriend freaked out a bit because he prepared a speech. He managed to write a letter in Russian. So in the middle of dinner he stood up in front of all my family and started to read his letter. It was really touching because he promised to take care of me, and he promised that we will be happy together in Korea. It was really touching, and female part of the table, they burst in tears, and my father started to trust my Korean boyfriend. He started to take him seriously. So the first step was done. We got a permission from my parents and we moved to Korea. But there was something even more important upcoming. I needed to meet his parents. I heard so many rumors and so many people warn me that Korean ceremonies are not really friendly and they're not really happy to have a foreign immunity. We were waiting at the restaurant, and when they entered, she looked at me and she asked me only one question: "Are you nervous?" And I was shocked because firstly, she spoke in really good English, and secondly, I didn't expect this kind of question, and I said yes. And she said, "You shouldn't be because I'm on your side." So everything went smooth, and suddenly she asks me, "Are you gonna get married to my son or not?" So I got a proposal from my mom-in-law. I didn't know what to say, and I replied, "Maybe you should ask your son first, because we haven't discussed it yet at that time." So 9 months after that conversation, we actually got married. Firstly, we got married in Russia. It was my hometown, really big Armenian-style wedding with a lot of guests, 2 days of celebration, a lot of food, and party all night long. And the month after that, we got married again. It was in Korea. It was a small house wedding, beautiful place, but it took just 3 hours. Yeah, my mom wore hanbok first time in her life, and me too actually. And yeah, it was really interesting experience for her. part of my Russian family came over and they were impressed because the place was so beautiful, and we danced twice actually, and we had a singing performance as well, and some of our Korean friends said that it was the longest wedding they ever been. So it makes different, right? I mean, 2 days of celebration in Russia and just 3 hours in Korea, and Korean people think it's long. So about a year after marriage, we started to plan on a baby. My friend, she told me, if you want to get pregnant, you need to steal something from a pregnant lady. So she was pregnant at that time, and I stole a sock from her. Yeah, it was really awkward. I didn't really believe it, but it happened. 2 days after that, I figured that I'm pregnant. 9 months after, we got a baby. This one, his name is Theo, Theo in Korean, and he's 6 months old now. The reason I started this channel is to capture memories and share my experience being a foreign mom in Korea. And I hope you guys enjoy being with us on that journey. Say goodbye to everyone. Bye bye. See you soon.